Good afternoon, Charger baseball fans, and welcome to Stadium 11, where this afternoon your Chargers will be playing host to rival Kingfisher. The Yellowjackets are in town for a big district matchup. Steve Chard along with my partner Aaron Fetro today. And Aaron, a good day for ball.
Yeah, great day. It's supposed to get some weird weather and get chilly tonight. And
I saw that.
Today we'll get a good one in, and we got our white on. It's going to be hot up here as usual when the sun's beating in here. We got ourselves closed down here a little bit to keep some of the sun off. But great day for some baseball. This is a matchup on paper that looks one way, but we've seen a 10 or 12 run inning out here this year, and who knows.
Well, Kingfisher, like we said, has always been a big rival of ours in most of the sports here, actually. And we've always played them off and on for years, and baseball's always been a great rivalry. They're a little down from what they usually are, but just in our visit before we came on the air, Stan Blundell does a really good job. They are 18-14, 4-9 in district, and so dangerous, and Coach Blundell will have them ready. They'll do it right, and baseball, all games are better when done right, but baseball's kind of even more so with that theme.
Yeah, I've been impressed, as we've played around here a little bit in a new district this year. Elk Cities and Woodfords and what. There's an honor to baseball and coaching and how that works, and we've seen some great. We're sitting right above the opposing bench, and we've had some good opposing coaches here.
Absolutely,
educating kids and working.
Well, I was reading an article today with this big dust up in the NBA about the late score, and the article was unwritten rules are stupid, and I thought, well, I don't know that they are, and I don't think that sportsmanship is stupid.
Right.
And I think that's the crux of the point of why Big Jokic got upset, because there's an unwritten rule that you don't do that, and there's a bunch of them in this game we're getting ready to call.
Absolutely. and when you sit around with folks who are novice to baseball or somewhat new to baseball, and you and I start talking about the intricacies of the game or unwritten rules, people go, well, how do you know that stuff? Well, just too many years of being nerds about things like baseball and football and basketball.
Reading it, playing it, umpiring it.
Yep.
It's a wonderful game. I think one time how many different things can you glean from one box score? 160 something.
Oh my God, so many.
And it's a wonderful thing, and that's a lost art that every single day in the paper you're just grinding through the box scores. It used to be a thing I did as a young man, and I still do it every once in a while. Just do it online, right?
I do it online now. I do it on my ESPN app if the Phillies are playing. That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, let's talk quickly about our Nix Patterson feature player of the game, and that is Andrick Golden. Right off the bat, that jumps off the page with me with Andrick. He's one of our many dual sport guys. That's a really talented athlete, can do a lot of different things, can play 2 or 3 different positions here, can play 2 or 3 or 4 different positions on the football field, and enjoy Andrick in the building. As many of you know, my job's in that upper school, and it's great to see the kids away from the sport and just get to know them in that regard. But Andrick is an electric player for the team at the plate, strong player behind the plate, and can also play multiple positions. Like we said, he's pretty much first and plays catcher, and he is funny. Like just today, Aaron, he said, I'm getting old, Coach. My knees are hurting. I said, talk to me. Yeah. Talk to me on the old.
Talk to Coach Tettleton. Right?
Yeah, exactly. He's caught a few.
Ask him about knee surgeries.
But, no, Andrick is a good representation, as so many of these kids are. That's why we tend to have success. Chargers come in 19-8, very robust record with a really good schedule, especially early on, playing a lot of larger schools and #1 team in our class in St. Mary. We played them a couple times, and McGinnis and some folks, and took care of them. So we've had some top and bottom games. Aaron, we've had several run rules, and we've actually been run ruled a couple times, and that can happen depending on the guy on that bump, right?
Yeah, that's right. I think we've talked about it before on the air together, and I know you guys, you and Brett and others have called games of. While I was sitting over here, have talked about the young pitching. Rhett Davis isn't playing baseball this year, was an arm. And Isaac hasn't been throwing as much. We've had Grady Murray out there and Kalsich out there, and these are younger kids that are developing, but throwing strikes, right? It's been the base on balls has been a problem. And that's how you give up big innings. It's always you walk the first guy, and when you're sitting in our seats, you kind of go, uh-oh.
And that's one of the beauties of baseball compared to some other sports. The things that burn you in this sport matriculate all the way up to the pro level. That's not always the case with football or basketball, But here in baseball, if you walk people, you're going to get in trouble.
Yep.
And that's a good thing to remember about this game from the big boys all the way down. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with the Joe Cooper Auto Group keys to victory right after this.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? It means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings. And that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500 or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. Who loves Oklahoma?
The elite always work to get better. So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. And for that reason, Saints march on.
Welcome back to Stadium 11. I'm Steve Char along with Aaron Fetro today as your Chargers are going to host the Kingfisher Yellowjackets. I think unfortunately we're going to not quite make 5 o'clock first pitch. Everybody's ready except we have one umpire, it looks to me like. So we're going to, probably a guy working and having a hard time getting over here just in time to start. But right now we're going to look at one of our great sponsors, Joe Cooper, who brings us Joe Cooper Auto Group keys to victory. Pretty standard stuff here, Aaron. Attack early, quality at bats, but what you alluded to just now off the air, no free bases.
Yeah, we said it. We're talking about walks and no free bases. I hadn't even looked down on my sheet yet, and there it is. And that's because we've had some struggles with it. We've had games where they're pounding the strike zone and we're moving. And outs are coming and putting the ball in play.
And strikes are strikes are strikes. I remember one time I got lucked out to a friend of got really great seats one time in Atlanta, and Greg Maddux was throwing against Kevin Brown.
Oh, jeez.
And so the first pitch of the game, Greg Maddux, ball 1, and he let out a word that we can't say on the air because that's all he cared about was throwing strikes, and he's like, darn it, or something like that.
No, something like that.
And just because it was ball 1 of the first pitch of the game. So that all the way down.
He probably missed by 3 centimeters.
And it was probably a circle change, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So, well, it looks like we have our other umpire, as they say, the Blues, but really they don't wear blue anymore.
Not much.
Black. But so the meeting at the mound's going on, or at the plate to exchange lineups. With that in mind, let's look at the SMSSM health. There it is. Heritage Hall batting order. Leading off and pitching today will be Austin Echok. Comes in a smooth 351. We didn't really mention it first before I go on. The Chargers are hitting the ball.
For sure.
There is no doubt in that. That can win you a lot of games. That's the Oklahoma softball team, right?
Yeah.
Trip Thomas will be in center field hitting .442 with 11 doubles. Whit Thomas will be in 3 holes being on fire. To have some things happen, but not many people hit for the cycle. In the cleanup spot will be Isaac Beeson. 7 home runs, leads the team. Obviously, he's looking for his when he gets up there. Batting 5th, Grady Murray would play in first, which he usually does, and Grady's had some great outings on the mound as well lately, followed by our Nix Patterson feature player of the game. Andrick Golden will be behind the plate today, hitting .342, as we mentioned. Jackson Echok will be over at third base. He's hitting .370. Now, obviously, Austin's brother. In the 8 hole will be Caleb Niver, young freshman playing second base today. Kid's got a chance, He's going to be a good one. And then another sophomore, Max Everett, will play right field. Max, one of many of another dual sport guy, great football player, and never a day without a smile on Max's face.
Yeah, no, Max is outstanding. And, I think as you look at this lineup and some of the iterations that have happened this year, I like Tripp in center.
Mm-hmm.
That if he when he plays at the next level.
Yeah, I think it's
whatever sport it is, when he plays at the next level, he's going to be out there. I think at his size, the way he can run, the arm.
He's a loper.
He
can cover some ground.
Yep.
And we've got some serious athletes on this team that are going to be playing at the next level. One of whom is shortstop Whit Thomas. Will be going up to Xavier University in Cincinnati next year, and Isaac has been talking to some folks here locally, and I think maybe down at USAO and Seminole and a few places like that. So he can play. He could play at the next level if he so desires.
He absolutely can.
Chargers have, like all our sports, a pretty great history. 4-time state champs starting in '99 under the great Kelly Allen, and then in 2015 and 16, and then 21 with one runner-up in 2017, 24 district titles, 12 regional titles, and 1 super regional, which only started last year. So it's a good move. The super regional thing is a lot cleaner way to just go, okay, it's here, two, and you're there, or you're not.
Yep. Good. And, the Kingfisher lineup we'll get to here, starting lineups. They've got Colin Farrar leading off, playing shortstop. Brett Calamateo, maybe, if I'm pronouncing that right, on the mound. Cooper Henley DHing, Caden Klein playing first, Drew Snyder playing third, Jagger Brown playing right, Sloan Merrill catching, Jason Surveyor playing second, Carter Stevenson playing center, and I think they've got an extra hitter. Yep, they got a hitter in. Brody Beckman maybe is playing left field.
Yep, I think that's Beckman is how you do say that. They've got the field looking wonderful. You can see we got some good rain recently, and but it looks great. It's tight. Kids like that. It's going to roll. You're going to get true rolls, and like any dirt field, there's always a chance for. Ask Grady Murray about hitting the lip. He caught one right in the eye.
Right in the sunglasses.
Right in the sunglasses, and blacked it up, dotted it pretty good. But that's I don't know about you, Aaron. I got hurt more playing baseball than anything else.
That's funny.
Maybe that's because I was,
No, it's a fair amount. I that's about all I played in high school, and I got hurt a few times. And then, of my 2 kids, the one who had more concussions was the baseball player.
Right.
Home plate collision in high school, and we won't talk about the other one. He may or may not have had him. We won't discuss that on the air. But he played a harder. You'd think middle linebacker, you get a few more concussions than.
Yeah.
But you're right. Baseball, there's ways to get hurt out here, and the ball's often involved. Yeah.
It certainly is. As we're introducing the lineups here, and we'll be right to the national anthem in just a few minutes. Let's get 2 sponsors in. Always want to thank 9th Street Barking Lot for continued support. Visit them online at 9thstreetbarkinglot.com to schedule a bark bus pickup. Coach Kyle Gillum looks forward to spoiling your pups at his first-class facility downtown. It's here on 9th Street Barking Lot, home of the Bark Bus.
And a huge thank you to Stanley's Graduation. Texting with my man Matt today.
Great guy.
Offering Jocelyn's products and conveniently located in Edmond. For all your high school grad needs, class rings, letter jackets, announcements, and championship rings. Celebrating moments that matter. Stanley's Graduation Services. Call or text them at 405-607-4343 or visit them at jocelyn's.com. The rings they did, they did the Thunder rings.
Oh, really?
Oh, those things are crazy. He showed me one of them in the office, and it just nuts.
Like an anvil, weigh your hand down.
Had like a compartment you opened up.
I saw a picture. I did see online you could open the top.
I don't know why.
Well, maybe he has to get inventive again because they got a chance.
They're trending.
They are trending, right. That guy at number 2 can play a little bit.
I've read that whole trade history with.
Did you see that today? It was excellent.
Unbelievable article.
Yep, I saw the same. We're going to stand if you would join us as we honor America with our national anthem, and we'll be ready to go. All right. We are about set to go here at Stadium 11. Again, you're just joining us. Your Chargers will be hosting your rival Kingfisher Yellowjackets.
We got some young bat boys out there for Kingfisher.
Yeah, we do.
I'd love to see that. That's fun. Maybe get those kids up here and get them on the air. Tell some stories about their coach dads.
Looks that one area around behind mound, it looks soft, doesn't it?
It does. It does look a little wet. I wonder if holding water.
You have a leak or something. Maybe it's not as wet as it looks.
Yeah, it looks wet.
It does look pretty soft.
I guess we'll see. Let's see Grady throw one through there. Yeah.
No more game that's about style points, is it?
No.
My man Whit Thomas has some style points.
He does have style points. As long as he gets it where it's going, he can do all the styling he wants. When it doesn't work, then he's going to hear about it. Okay. Kingfisher looks like they're throwing a lefty out there to lead off for our.
That's, as we say in the building, Little Chalk is on the mound.
Yep.
Big Chalk's over at third base. Really good brother combo athletically, my gosh.
Yeah, another couple that football is also plays in multiple positions and will contribute there heavily. But when you have 90 kids in a graduating class at most, 85,
yeah,
that's what you got to do.
That's right. You need to play the things. All right, so we're about set to go here. Farrar will lead it off for the Yellowjackets from the port side, the shortstop. That's down for ball one to Farrar.
So, Steve, do you think, all of my years as a baseball dad and your years as a baseball dad and around the game, is this kid's dad at 10 years old, 4 years old, say the bat goes in this hand, and you're right-handed, but that's okay?
I always wonder if Whit's dad could count to Farrar. Well, if you can do that, when you're little, whatever you do, you do.
Yep.
It's like skiing. I had no fear of skiing because I started when I had to do it when I was little and just go.
Yeah, that's right. I that's the last thing I would even attempt at this point in my life.
Oh, my.
I'm going to try to learn to ski.
Dumb enough to play pickup basketball last Thursday.
I saw that. I made a few comments about that as you were playing. It might have been along those very lines. He's the head coach at Longwood, and he coached it. He's D3 national coach.
No, that's right. We talked about it.
That's when you get hurt, man.
Tried to not do too much. Farrar is going to bring up Brett Callum. What do you had? Calamateo, who is the pitcher.
And I apologize to the Calamateo family if it's nothing close to that.
The leadoff walk to start the game for the Yellowjackets. Uh-oh. That's going to be a pass ball. Gets away from Andrick there as Farrar takes second on that miscue.
And there's the leadoff ball.
That's right, in scoring position.
One pitch after it happened.
That's down. Ball.
It's down. Rumor is that we might be looking at some game moves on Thursday, Friday, to Wednesday. Right.
Right there. So 9 pitches and 2 walks to start the ball game.
We got the force back on, but he's trying to Greg Maddox it. He's picking, try to pick corners and just missing.
That'll bring up the DH Cooper Henley, another lefty for the Jackets. There we go, right in there on the kneecaps for strike one. Taken all the way was Henley.
Yep. Which, if he wasn't, and I was the coach, I'd been frustrated.
I know you're the 3-hole and all, but.
We've just seen 9 pitches.
It's right in there. Strike two. Quickly 0-2 to Henley. Strikeout would be nice.
Well, you like curveball here?
Yeah, out of the zone, yeah.
Yep, agreed. Nope, that went fastball. Fastball away.
But even there, it's a great pitch. I mean, he's not throwing really hard. He's only a 9th grader, but he was tardy on that.
Yeah, yep. And he might have been sitting.
He might have been sitting like you said.
We were talking about, which is probably not the approach you want to take. You want to adjust a curveball, sit fastball.
Especially at this level.
There's your curveball for a changeup or something for a miss, off speed, out.
So 1-2 now the count to the Kingfisher DH, Cooper Henley.
Hey, do a job. Do a job. Do a job. Over to one. I'm your kid. I'm your kid. I'm your kid. I'm your kid.
That's out. Ball 2.
That's a great lead, too. That's a big league.
sometimes you see these talented freshmen are a little, not even, it's late in the season, but they're still a little puzzled sometimes with the zone at this level. It's a lot different than
7th and 8th grade.
Than 7th and 8th grade.
Yep.
Even on this travel stuff.
Everything's a strike.
Catch in the air, yes.
Yep.
Speaking of catch in the air,
Oh,
Beeson,
no.
oh, goodness sakes. Maybe we'll get the force here at third. Nope. Oh, boy. Well, unfortunately, that'll be E7 on Isaac Beeson in left field off the heel there. So that loads him up with no outs here in the top of the first. And that's going to bring up Caden Klein. I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, that's not a normal play for Beeson. Almost said it.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was doing. That gate. Sometimes I end up doing that. I think we forget on that, and that's a problem if it gets out of there in a fair ball. Then you all kinds of possibilities.
But also a good time for taking a walk.
Take a walk. Exactly right. Chopper that way. Just going to get the one. Good play there, and it did slow it down in that mud.
It did look like it. It wasn't hit very hard, but it's still a good play to get one.
So that will plate one for the Jackets with the bases loaded. So first out of the inning, but on the fielder's choice, we do score. That brings up, is it Drew Snyder? Yes, Drew Snyder, third baseman for the Yellowjackets. Second and third now. With one down here in the top of the first and one in for the Jackets.
Well, squeeze attempt there.
Yep.
Are we 0-2 right now?
Yes.
All right, 0-2, one down.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Strike three looking on the sweet curveball on the corner there from Echok. So two down here. That's going to bring up Jagger Brown, right fielder. Braun, I believe. I think it looked like
I think it is. Yep.
Ball one to Braun.
Get out of here with one.
Yeah. That's down for.
Well, you get yourself now at 2-0. You have a base, but how many pitches you want to throw? You don't want to give in here.
No, you got to go at him at this early stage. That's lifted into right field. Should be an easy play for Everett, and it is.
All right.
To retire the side. So the Jackets leave two, but do get one across. A couple of walks and an error lead to a run, and we'll stay right here as the Chargers put their helmets on. A lot going on in springtime athletics here at Heritage Hall. This is a busy time. Soccer teams headed to Woodward, or hopefully there tonight for a big game. Always, every other year we get that trek to Woodward, and when kids complain about that, I'm like, think about Woodward.
Right.
Everywhere they go. Everywhere they go. So, but the final stretch of the 2026 campaign is in gear for the soccer programs. The women captured a 10-0 victory over Elk City in last week's match and now sit 6-3-1. Our men captured a 7-0 victory over Elk City on senior night to move to 9-1, with their only loss coming to Star Spencer back in March. I don't think that's correct.
I don't think
Tonight
so.
The teams travel to Woodward for the final match of the season before the playoffs start on the 5th. So a little bit of break for the guys, and after this long road trip to Woodward, and then following that, another big shout out to six senior athletes for signing to continue their careers in college. Hudson Ferris will play some football up at Wisconsin Platteville. Graham Murphy will be heading to Indiana University to high jump. Harrison Murphy will be headed to Tampa for the Tampa Spartans to hurdle and run track. Noah Ragazzino will be going down to OCU to play soccer. George Robley is heading up to Tulsa to run track. And Gannon Sanders will wrestle for OCU. So 2 OCU guys. Best of luck. The next level for those great student athletes. That brings the signing total for the class of 2026 to 15 kids.
I've got a bias. I'm an old liberal arts college guy.
Absolutely, it's important.
And I like to see some of our guys. Hey, their parents can go watch them wrestle, watch them play soccer right here in town. It's a great school.
Oh yeah, my nephew's there now.
Phenomenal. If you're a kid who will thrive in small classes, well, I don't need to tell you about this. I mean, you got one at Lake Forest in Illinois, and she's thriving and
loves it.
It's the right kid, it's the right fit, and we've got so many kids who would just excel in those environments.
We've gotten to know she did some stuff with OCU. You can NAIA's got different rules. You can go out there and scrimmage with them and stuff.
Yeah.
They had her out there a few times, and I see their assistant periodically. She's a real nice lady, married to Prince Bridges actually, and she's always like, "Is Emily coming back yet?" So she, and I kind of nudged her, and she goes, "Dad, So I said, "Hey, okay." But that would be true for my family if she was down there.
Right.
She'd go, well, it's kind of tough to run up to Chicago.
No, it's hard for you to catch a spring game. Plus, it's March in Chicago. How many games do you want to catch up there?
Uh-huh. Okay, here come the Chargers. Pitcher Austin Echok will be leading things off. Ball 1, high and tight there. That's upstairs as well. Good take, ball 2.
We got a live arm here on Calamateo.
It's outside for ball 3. It's funny, not too long ago, you couldn't have that tape and anything on your wrists or anything
Nothing.
like that.
No jewelry. No batting glove underneath.
There's strike 1. So 3-1 now the count to Charger pitcher Austin Echok. Ball 4, good at bat for your leadoff. Those Echok boys and a lot of these other boys have played a ton of baseball.
They've seen a lot of pitches.
They little Echok there is friends with my nephew. They still play together on the fuel guys and travel stuff.
Now that we have a runner on base, obviously the stretch is warranted. What are your thoughts on the stretch all the time by a starter? Yeah, I mean,
it makes me mad because it prolongs the game.
Yeah.
When you're in the field, you're like, it's frustrating as an umpire. You're like, why are you doing that? But there's a lot of kids that do, a lot of pros that do. This is like the start of.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah, my goodness. First
pitch walk, wild pitch, or pass ball.
Yeah, exactly. So man in scoring position for Whit Thomas. Really great. I love it. The Kingfisher bench says, hey, you can't miss a strike, talking to his catcher.
Yeah, that's good.
That's and you're not going to get a strike. He did call it.
He did call it.
Okay. It's kind of a gift.
I would think. If it goes by, I don't think I ever called that pitch a strike.
Wanted to put that one in the creek, so Trip Thomas quickly 0-2.
I got to see how long the shortstop stays there. There's a big hole out there now with 2 strikes. If he evacuates here in a second, he's holding him.
It's not worth it to be over there at this stage.
No, I don't think so either.
Well,
that's what we said.
What a great piece of hitting, and right where he would have been. And he hung that curveball 8 inches off the ground, and he went down and hit it.
Yep, smart hold by Coach at third. Nobody out.
Seen a few guys over there.
A few. Yep.
So first and third for the aforementioned Whit Thomas, who is swinging a hot bat right now. Like we said, Chargers are hitting the ball, have been all year. There will not be a squeeze here, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so. I don't think the squeeze is on.
Heck no.
We got a guy hitting, what did we say?
460 something? Yeah. Just below that one for foul back strike 1 to Whit Thomas.
We got a little bit of weird wind for a hot day.
I know.
We got kind of a.
It's weird. It does look like it's coming out of the north. And this cool front's not here yet. Can assure you.
It's not. I didn't dress for it if it comes.
You look like the guys Aaron, get the flip-flops.
Yeah, you know, I walked into the admin building today, and I got a little trouble from somebody said that had I issued a memo about the dress code changing. I said, look, I had a doctor's appointment, and I got to go sit in the sun.
That's upstairs. Ball 1 to Trip Thomas. Or excuse me, Whit Thomas. No relation, Whit and Trip.
Yeah, Thomas is all over the place.
You got Uncle Brian, Dad Sean.
Yep. You had Ben Thomas 2 years ago, right? We had another Thomas in the mix. Was not related to either one of them.
Yeah, he's at Syracuse University.
Yeah, good for Ben, going all the way up
he's
there.
He's a good guy. He and my daughter are good buddies. They keep up with each other.
Great photographer.
Yes.
Ben took some great pictures for the Chargers.
Ben had a nasty breaking ball.
He did.
He could throw it.
He did. That was up.
Yeah.
Helped him a little bit.
That does get him in hole 1 and 2. Fouls that one back. Catcher needs to get that for the umpire next time.
That would be something I mentioned as the coach when he came back as well.
Speaking of unwritten rules.
There's one.
Don't make the umpire work for you.
You're the young one that's not wearing – well, you got some equipment on, but it doesn't matter.
No, that's right. You're 17.
Yep.
1 and 2 to Thomas, and he swings and misses. Strikes out for the first out of the inning.
Up, up, up.
I would say Whit would probably agree that was not a great at-bat for him.
No.
He'll have a better one. Like I said, he's hot.
Probably should have been 3-1 going into that pitch, but
so that brings up the cleanup hitter, Isaac Beeson, left fielder.
Trip going here?
I was going to say I was surprised he hadn't already.
Yeah, yeah.
Eliminate the force, the whole thing, get scoring position.
You get your other 460 hitter at the plate.
This is true, and the power man.
There it is.
Got him easily.
Yeah.
So swing and a miss. I don't know if anything was on there, but bottom line is he did miss it. So Trip Thomas is thrown out at second. So just like that, 2 down for the Jackets in 3 pitches. Still a man at third base. Isaac can pick up. 0-1 the count to Beeson.
Catcher was quick there.
That was a good throw. Curveball, he hammered it to right center. Oh, boy. Isaac will easily get to second for a stand-up RBI double for Isaac Beeson, and the Chargers tie it here with 2 down in the bottom of the first.
And the downside of stealing the bag. I asked the question. Wasn't sure if I knew the answer, but if he's safe, it's a great idea.
No sport illustrates Murphy's Law more so than baseball. That'll bring in Grady Murray, Charger first baseman. Ball 1 to Grady. That's down. And I'll frame that one, brother. 2 balls to Grady Murray. And 2 down here, and Isaac Beeson standing on second base, off on the crack of the bat.
All right.
Fouled away for strike 1 to Grady.
A little bit up. 31 with your feature player on deck.
Yep. He's like, just get a hit so I can at bat, so I can have to put all my junk back on.
Correct.
Without having an at bat.
Right. He's got the shin guards off and everything, so.
I like the optimism with 2 outs.
He got it.
So we walk. Good at bat by Grady right there. Draws the walk.
You know, there's a lot of doubles on this team.
Yeah.
If you look down through, a lot of kids finding the gaps. It's good. Good hitting gap to gap.
Oh, all the way to the backstop there. Got through, so that'll be one base.
Yep.
Got through the net.
Right through the hole. I thought we just redid that net.
One ball to Andrick Golden. Upstairs again. 2 balls to Charger catcher.
Up. Yep.
Be taking this all the way at 3-0 now.
Yeah. Feature player or not, he better be.
Right.
Put it on the next man, 3. Gotta be there.
Okay. Behind him, but so if I'm Andrick, I'm still pretty choosy right here.
Mm-hmm.
That like that, get over his head.
Yeah, I'd say nice
Ooh,
job
all
there. Casual, but nice play by the center fielder to retire the side, but not till Andrick Golden gave it a ride. But that does retire the side, 1 left and 1 plated for the Chargers. Ties the game at 1. We'll be right back with the second inning. Welcome back to Stadium 11. If you're just getting home and flipping on Chargers.tv, it's your Chargers playing the Kingfisher Yellowjackets. After 1 inning, it's 1-1. And Kingfisher going up for their second at-bats. Boys, I hadn't heard. I guess they're probably playing 36 today at regionals at Elk City.
Yeah.
Boys golf, so they're not done yet.
Yeah, Brett. That's what Brett. I think I was the last-minute pinch hitter here, but you know, Brett, you were supposed to be on the call. I had it on my calendar as a whole. Maybe that's why. And checked on that this morning, and glad I did.
Well, I didn't put it all together, and then this morning I was like, about when you texted, I was like, ooh, I think Brett's in Elk City.
Yeah, and I didn't even think about that. I just saw the hold and thought it was probably Linda being smarter than me, which is exactly how it usually works.
Smart lady.
She is. She's all right.
She's all right.
All right. So
is this surveyor?
number 5 is
Leading off for Kingfisher, number 5 catcher Sloan Merrill.
Oh, I was one
Merrill.
off.
1 off.
7 hole.
Merrill. Yep.
Yeah, that didn't look like a second baseman.
No. All right.
Good one right at the knees there to start us out. Strike 1 is wonderful.
Smart catcher, didn't say a word.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Popped up on the infield.
Popper to Witt.
Well, get them all like that. It'd be a good day.
Yeah, that was a good pitch.
Lazy pop in on the infield to Whit Thomas. Retires Merrill, which brings up Jason Surveyor, now our second baseman, more like it.
Yep. Yeah, I've hit a few golf balls on their baseball field.
Yeah, I know Blundell does that at Kingfisher all the time.
I didn't mean to. I was playing the course and then hit the ball
Yeah,
on.
that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know where else you can do that is Perkins.
Oh, yes, that's right. I played that course too. Yeah. Hit it on the football field. Yeah. You got to miss pretty good.
You can stand where the visitor locker room is at Perkins and hit wedges onto a green.
Oh.
Over the fence.
I
Which
like that.
I may not have done that. I think Andy and I did.
I love it.
2-1 the count to Surveyor. Makes it 3-1. Tough one there.
My first year here, the coaches had a turf mat out here, and they were hitting wedges out into center field and going out and collecting balls and spending some time practicing.
Right in there, strike 2 now. Surveyor.
And you could probably get away with 3-wooder driver that way. You got room out towards 122nd.
Oh, yeah.
You might not be. You might be able to hit it back there, but I can't.
Oh, yeah, you can. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Echok there. Boy, we say it every week. There's nothing better when this game is played well.
Yep. There's the difference between a leadoff walk and a leadoff strikeout. Everything in the inning is different.
100%.
Pitch this kid differently. Everything changes.
So that's the 9-hole coming up now. Center fielder Carter Stevenson, fresh off a really nice grab in center field. Not his first day out there, you could tell.
Nope. Rangy.
It doesn't always work when you want to talk like you would in the cage during a game. You know,
not always helpful.
It's not. Yep. He's like, okay, coach, let's talk about that later. You know, getting it pretty good from the first base coach, and he's like, I know I missed it.
Yep.
He hammered that for a base hit. Good job by Max to corral that.
Yep, good speed out there and right, playing shallow.
So a 2-out single for the 9-hole Stevenson. We'll bring back up Farrar, shortstop.
Yeah, I was thinking, I missed Witt's pop-up. That's right, it's 2 outs. It wasn't a leadoff strikeout. It was
right.
Perfect. That one was quick.
He's going to, this young man behind the plate is going to begin to start hearing the ire of some of the coaches. He's pretty inconsistent on the corners and on a little bit on the elevation.
That one looked up. I was just going to comment.
That one looked like a strike.
Right, I was just going to comment, yeah, this guy's taller, but I don't know if he's that much taller.
Well, we're at 1-1, one way or the other.
Correct. The count's right no matter what happens.
Yes. I think he missed them both, but that's not fair to stand up here and be critical. That's going to drop for another hit. Great base running there by Stevenson to take third on the single to left center. So the Jackets now runners at the corners with 2 down, brings up the pitcher, Calamateo.
Feel obligated to say this is where he can help himself. Right?
I always think that's weird, don't you?
Yes.
We all helping.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody's trying to hit it.
It was just me, 1 on 9, but
right.
It's not. So anyway, runners at the corners, 2 down here, top of the second, 1-1 ball game. Quick throw to first, easily back. I get it. Good speed at first base, and we'd like to keep him there. Ground ball to short.
There it is.
It over there for the 6-3 put out. Nice throw by Thomas. So we do. Kingfisher does leave 2, but they are stranded as Echok induces a ground out to the pitcher, and we retire the side with no one across. So the score remains 1 through 1.5. Stay right here on ChargerVision. A couple other sponsors. 3 Points Land is proud to support the Chargers, and the Chargers are proud to have them on our team. 3 Points Land is leading the industry in land services for energy innovation. Visit 3pointsisland.com. 3pointsland.com to learn more.
Or Island. Either's fine.
if it's all together, man,
Yeah.
like
can't-
Alex was saying, it looks like one big
I
word.
can't read that. Yeah.
I can't either. Get your glasses on, old man.
Right, they're sitting right here. And injectable aesthetics proudly supports the Chargers. Look on the outside as young as you feel on the inside. Huh. I don't know if I can accomplish either of those. Follow us at Injectables Aesthetic OKC on Instagram for more info. Wow, this is getting harder.
And a big thank you to another proud supporter of our Chargers, Dr. Josh Blue Spears. You want to perform at optimal level? Come join the million other high school, college, and professional athletes and get adjusted before or after the game. For more info, follow us at JBS/chiropractic on Instagram.
Yeah, you got that one. Good work.
Practice.
What we need to do is figure out a way. I wish we could figure out who's watching. You know, we got how many grandparents are out there. What moms or dads are on business trips and can't be here.
It's a good point you bring up because yesterday I was listening to the live stream of Lake Forest.
Yep.
And, you know, I'm not here to pat ourselves on the back, but
you doing okay?
They had a student and another ex-player, and they were pretty young. And
yeah.
But I thought, you know, this kid's hanging in there, and he doesn't realize maybe how many people are wanting to listen to that.
Right.
So you never know.
Even if it's his first rodeo.
That's right.
You got the info you needed.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the second.
The ball's hit to right. The wind got him.
Nice play out there.
Got him turned around. Still got under it.
Big chalk flies out to right to lead off the second. Got good wood on that, but nice play in right field there.
That north wind hurt him a little bit there.
I know that, like you said, that's really weird. It's 90 degrees out here, and the wind's out of the north. And it is relatively breezy, but it's staying there.
It is. I don't know what's going on.
Huh.
That's
Maybe
the
it
front
is
that's coming. Yep.
Young Caleb Niver steps in for the Chargers. Looks at strike one. Caleb playing second base today.
Working on getting stronger in the weight room. He can really run.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the bat is going to come when you get a little more strength.
Yep, for sure. That's fouled back. So quickly 0-2 to the young freshman.
There you go. Good take.
Yep. 1-2 now. That one's upstairs.
All right.
He evens it up at 2-2 as that one's low and away.
Battle back here. All right, fighting.
Hanging in there, that's fouled out of play, back and out of play.
Car zone.
It is amazing how often it does not hit a car.
You can't get me to park there. I'm not parking right there.
No. It'll be that day if I ever do.
Yep.
Park. New windshield coming.
Luke Steelman was parked there one day after that hailstorm year and a half ago in October. His car was already destroyed. He got hit again. Baseball right in the hood. Didn't matter. It was all going to the insurance company the next day anyway.
A really big hail dent.
It was a big hail dent, yeah.
Like that day in September cost me 2 cars.
Oh.
That's hailstorm here.
Cost us every roof on campus, but we had an insurance policy.
Yeah,
for that.
we did
Your
have
cars,
that.
But yeah,
Still.
They don't like to give you those.
They did not. Just pulling teeth.
All right, great at bat.
Yes, sir.
Freshman. You mentioned Lake Forest. How's Emily's ankle?
Back in the groove. She started playing again last week.
Great.
So missed that month of taking live cuts and everything, but she did get to play Thursday, playing a little bit.
Good.
One of the many kids playing some college. I was looking at Grinnell's website, who's in Emily's district.
Oh, Roger.
In Roger Smith's. He's most recent tournament, he shot, I think, a 73 and a 74.
Yeah,
right?
when Rogers, I was like, Grinnell has a golf?
Yeah.
Because it's an alternative
Yes, it is.
place.
It is. Kind of a little weird. In Iowa, you know?
Yeah. It's an all strange set of circumstances around. A lot of Buffett money in that school. It's all Warren Buffett money.
Yeah, not far from where he grew up. There's a ball that ends up in foul territory, but nice play as Max Everett is retired. Good play by the second baseman there to stay with that one.
Yeah, Emily may not be on our sheet, but we got Emily Chard at Lake Forest. Roger Smith playing golf, as you mentioned, at Grinnell. Some of these kids that have grabbed these liberal arts college opportunities, and they're playing.
Yeah. Yep.
Back to the top. The young chalk is up.
Yep, sure is. Austin had a good at-bat, walked his first AB. So Niver with good speed, 2 down here. Strike one right in there.
Oh, yep, yep.
I'm used to what he's calling now.
Yeah, you are, and Austin did not love that.
Even young high school kids, a lot of them, they know.
Oh, sure.
But I was watching the Royals last night, and it was the backup, and it said catcher, and he tapped his head once. And on the season, he was this professional catcher. He was 3 for 10 on challenges.
On challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't love it.
I don't either.
He regretted that. He does swing through it for strike 2. You know, my point, this is really probably not the most intelligent rationale, but when the players play perfect, let's have perfect everything else.
Correct.
But until then, let's let the human factor. It's worked fine since 1876.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like the old man on the park bench, but, you know, the human factor is important in the games. And when you do see one that's challenged and won, it's missed by like 0.3 of a half inch or something.
Right.
And so that, to me, that's not really a miss.
No.
And nobody ever said a word before we had this. When you'd catch one that maybe 0.3 off on the box, on the window pane, but it was probably a strike, and no one's going to say anything about it. 0-2 still the count here. That's a curveball that he lunged at and in foul ground and caught by the first baseman, Caden Klein, to retire the side. So the Chargers leave 1 at the Niver walk, and the score through 2 complete remains 1 each. Kingfisher and Heritage Hall. We'll be right back.
When you walk into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country, standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
Welcome back, Charger baseball fans, to Stadium 11. I misspoke earlier in the telecast. I'm sure you all knew it before I did. This is not a district game. And so I'm sure as we right on cue, Isaac Beeson is now going to throw. I'll be pitcher by committee today, save up our arms. And
if you get a win, you get a win. And,
that's right.
Get some arms out there, work them a little bit, but don't get them past that pitch limit.
Yeah, count. That's a great, change we made years back to, in the old days, people would just throw a kid to death.
100 pitches.
It's not.
No.
So, like we said, Isaac Beeson on the mound. Immediately line drive and caught by Trip Thomas.
Playing him right there.
So Echok has gone to second base. Niver has gone to left field. Isaac has come to pitch for your adjustments.
I'm going to hear later about what good positioning that was by the outfield coach.
Who's the outfield coach?
I don't know.
He was Craig Hayes today in the building.
I heard he was in the math department today. It's tough.
There's a grounder to Big Chalk, and nice job. You know, I love seeing that by Grady Murray right there on the 5-3 putout. It's one of my favorite lines in Moneyball when they're trying to recruit Hatterberg to come back out. And he says, well, we're going to – is first base hard? And Brad Pitt, Billy Bean says, no. And Ron Washington says, it's incredibly hard. And right there, not setting up early, let the ball travel, and then adjusted to it. Great move by Grady right there to make that look easier. So right after 2 outs, we ding a guy in the elbow.
Yep, that's been the pitching story we talked about in the pregame.
Doggone it.
This has been so far too easy. I'm going to hit this guy.
So that's going to big up Jagger Braun, the right fielder, after the HBP, but 2 down here in the top of the third. 1-1 your score.
I suspect Snyder felt that one. Beeson's throwing a little harder than Austin was.
He is, yeah.
He's a little bit older.
A little near for strike one. Again, right in there on the corner of strike 2 to Braun.
Oh, what's Chuck got here? Another fastball?
Don't overthink, Aaron.
Yep. Nope. Doing the deuce.
Doing the junk. Fouled it off. Count remains 0-2.
Not an overly confident swing at the junk, so I don't know if you go back to it here or not. Double up. Nope.
It's going to be your 1-3
there it is.
Right there.
Grady's setting up again.
Yeah, that's right.
The right thing.
You don't, especially on that throw, don't assume it.
Yep. And it was low.
Good job, batsman. 2.5 innings have played, and the score remains 1 apiece. Some more spring sport news here at Heritage Hall. Charger Track and Field battled a deep field of competitors at the Pauls Valley meet last week. The women placed 9th while the men team finished 3rd. Individually, Zeffie Ellenberg continues to roll, captured first in the women's 1600, while Gerard Williams' dashed Coach Line squad is competing at Cashenville. That was actually last Friday.
Yep, Friday.
And then tune-up for regionals will be at Chisholm, which is in Enid. This Saturday will be regional. So it's happening, but I was told Zeffie set another school record in the mile in the 1600 at Cashen Friday.
And Sloan Travis has got to be on her tail, too.
Yeah.
Sloan's running some 5Ks that were crazy fast.
Yeah.
And, you know, I got to shout out because he probably not listening, but somebody will tell him that I didn't say it. But Klein Reuter finished 2nd with a 10.9.
In the 100?
In the 100. In lane 8, he said, I wasn't even by Gerard. And if I'm running next to Gerard, I can go faster.
Well, sure.
But,
Klein can scoot.
Klein can run. That's
no doubt.
10-9's moving.
That hurt us when he broke his collarbone in football.
It did.
He was directing, knew every coverage in the back end, could get everybody lined up, and was a good player.
Yep. Klein suffered from being built like me.
He's not a big man.
No, it's hard to play that position.
It's hard to play out there. And
makes it easy to run fast, but doesn't make you.
One thing about breaking your collarbone, you may not. You're done.
Done. Yeah. He tried to. I think he went back out there, made one tackle with it like that, and then said, "I'm done."
He's like, "Hey, this
About
really hurts.
Out.
It's going to stab me in the heart."
New arm here. It looks like.
Yeah, looks like is that the second baseman?
Number 28. Yep, the second baseman has moved in. Good call.
Surveyor.
Mr. Sullivan for the Jason Surveyor.
That was just an easy swap.
No, we just go pitch.
Callum Mateo went to second. Yeah.
Yep. Limiting their innings also, watching their pitch count too.
So Trip Thomas will lead things off, the 2-hole for the Chargers.
Leading off the bottom of the third for the Chargers, score 23, Trip Thomas.
Ball 1 to Trip Thomas.
All right. So we're going to strike there. Just missed it.
I think you see kind of the approach by our hitters, too. Not to say they aren't doing the same thing, but they know this isn't a district game as well.
Yeah, they're out hacking.
It doesn't work like that in this game.
Mm-mm.
You say, that kid's not throwing too hard, you know. 2-1 now the count to Charger sophomore Trip Thomas. That's down.
And Tripp's batting stance is about as simple as it gets.
Well, it's not a whole lot different than head coach Tettleton's in the day.
No,
from the other side.
Back elbow up, feet are just kind of close together.
That was his big thing. Tettleton was always real close. Strike 2. Brings the count full to Thomas.
Yeah.
Lifted to right field.
Pretty stable,
playable.
Pretty stable out there. Yeah.
Like we said, Kingfisher doesn't make many mistakes. Going to be coached and play right.
I don't know if we've seen the left fielder tested yet, but center and right have both been up to the task today out there for
100%.
the Yellowjackets.
So they're moving back a little bit. Brings Whit Thomas to the plate. He struck out in his first at bat. I'd be surprised to see that again.
Uh-huh.
Down for ball 1. You know, there's nothing worse than if you're a coach or a pitcher or whatever, and you're not sure where the zone is. And
yeah,
I think that's
tough.
what I'm gathering here today. They're like, is it up? Is it down? What are we giving? You know, and hey, I've been there. When you haven't had a bad day and you're like, shoot.
That was close. Maybe I should call it.
You don't want to second guess yourself back there.
No.
Good pitch there.
Off speed.
From Surveyor. Like a changeup way out in front. 2-1 now the count to Whit Thomas. That's in there. Strike 2.
Down.
The pitcher slipped a little on that one.
Yep.
Brings the count full, however. Well, he did. Swing and a miss there. Good pitch from
Another
Surveyor.
off speed.
Yep. Strikes Whit Thomas out for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the pitcher now, Isaac Beeson. Double his last at bat into right center. It's in there for strike 1.
Right. Isaac didn't complain about that one. Nodding his head.
He hung that.
He did hang it, and he hung it up too high.
Yeah. Short right field and playable and caught. So good job there by Surveyor. Gets the heart of the order in order for the Jackets. So through 3 full, the score remains Kingfisher 1, Heritage Hall 1. We'll be right back.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? It means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings. And that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500 or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. Who loves Oklahoma?
The elite always work to get better. So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. And for that reason, Saints march on.
Welcome back, Charger fans, to Stadium 11. Top of the fourth, Chargers and Kingfisher locked in a 1-1 duel. Like we said, not a district game. Playoffs are around the corner, so both teams are being very careful with their pitch count. Both teams are on their second pitcher here in the fourth inning.
And I suspect maybe that, well, depending on the number of pitches here for Isaac, he might go 5. He might go 3. Get us in the 5th.
Yeah.
As long as the pitch count stays low.
Sometimes this time of year you're like, in a game like this, you could probably, I don't know if you could do it planned. If both coaches said, let's just play 5.
Right.
Because you know, if you had a doubleheader, a lot of times you'd go 5-5. But I don't think you can do it as far as predetermined. I don't think they will count it. You say, well, I don't know if you can pull off a rain out today.
No, it's going to be tough.
You can make up a water main, whatever. But
yeah, we could dump a bunch of water on home plate.
Say we don't want to go a game without referencing Bull Durham. $100 says I get us a rain out tomorrow.
Merrill's leading off for the Yellowjackets.
Catcher, good player back there. So Isaac had a good inning, his first in the third. See if he can continue that here. It's upstairs for ball 1.
I think Coach is Isaac if he's looking at some of these Oklahoma schools, which I do think would be a great fit. Is he a college DH? Is he?
I don't know. I think he is a reasonable. He's a pretty effective outfielder.
Yeah.
The one chance notwithstanding is the Merrill, the catcher, hammers one to center field for a base hit. So courtesy runner in there for the Jackets as their catcher singles cleanly to center field. That brings up now the pitcher, Surveyor.
Wow.
Earl Weaver days.
Maybe.
It just does not happen. It's crazy sometimes. They'll be standing at the dirt in the back of the left field grass, and they won't bunt it.
It's your Billy Bean stuff.
Yeah.
Right? All the metrics, all the analytics.
And they reversed it. For several years there, you could have the shift.
Oh yeah.
And there'd be nobody at third base,
one.
and they wouldn't do it.
Right.
It's a line drive in the scorebook.
And the women are expert at that slap.
Yeah.
Thing that way. I mean, come on.
No, it's weird.
If I'm a left-handed hitter in those shift days,
yeah,
double.
Make them.
I mean, you just slap something that way, it's a double. Ground ball to third. These are major league hitters. They can hit to third if they want.
Sure they can. They're not paying you $48 million to hit opposite field singles.
Fair
I
enough.
guess. I don't understand that rationale, but that's the case.
Yep.
Young kid here getting a chance to courtesy run. Obviously a young man there at first base.
Yep.
There's good curveball.
Yep.
Strike 3 looking to Surveyor for the first out of the inning. Froze him.
Pitcher to pitcher.
It's going to bring up Carter Stevenson, 9-hole, center fielder, who had a hit in his first at bat. It's a curveball that he lunges at. Right to Niver. Never took a step there because that outfield coach had him in the right spot.
I'm going to hear that one, too, because I watched him adjust him right before.
So quickly 2 down there. Good job by Beeson. Brings up the top of the order for his third at bat, Colin Farrar. I guess not technically. He walked.
Now he's moving him back and moving him over. This kid has some pop, I think. He's hit the ball well. Yeah, he moved him back. Did he move him back enough? Nope.
Good job there.
For sure.
Sticking that before it got to the wall. So double by Farrar. keeps the inning alive. 2 men in scoring position in a 1-1 ball game here.
Farrar's got a heck of a day at the plate going.
Mm-hmm. 4th inning, 1-all. 2 men in scoring position for Brett Calamateo, the second baseman. Ball 1.
Oh,
that's fouled.
Hopefully not off the face.
Nope.
Maybe bill of his hat, maybe?
We would have known it.
Yep, we would have heard.
One and one now, the count to Calamateo. 2 men in scoring position, and 2 down here, on top of the 4th. That's going to cost a run. We had him dead to rights.
Freshman was going to hear about that even though he scored it.
Yeah, he scores a go-ahead run, and he was a dead duck. We feel that.
Yep.
I don't know who that's going to be charged to. Probably an Andrick, but
yeah,
either way.
Right on the bag.
Right on the bag. We'll see, but ball gets away down there and costs us a run. So that breaks the tie, 2-1 Kingfisher, and didn't take the bat off his shoulder.
He did not.
2-1 now.
A good pitch.
Good.
3-1
Strike
off
2.
speed.
Yep. This brings the count full. Need to get this guy. Yeah. Good curveball there.
He got him.
Gets Calamateo looking, but not before 1 run scores on a throwing error there to pick off the man at third. So the Kingfisher takes the lead through 3.5, 2-1. Now, Charger tennis is on fire. Coach Ferguson's ladies are collecting top finishes at major tournaments, including Ed Memorial, the 5A East-West Showdown, and most recently last week's Norman North event. Coach Bischoff's men's team continue to be on the rise, splitting a duel with Ed Memorial 2-2, placing 4th at the 5A East-West and 5th at Norman North. The Chargers are hosting a tournament at the Edmond Center Court. Again, that's not tomorrow.
Nope.
They were in Tulsa. The girls were in Tulsa today, and Bischoff and the boys will be in Tulsa tomorrow.
Yep.
For at Tulsa Union. And then regionals coming up for the girls next week.
And always you want to shout out the Chargers' 3 National Merit semifinalists.
For sure.
Stavros, Croissant. Academically talented seniors scored among the top 16,000 out of about 1.3 million juniors who took the PSAT last year. Stavros and Audrey advanced to the finalist stage, where about half of the applicants will win a National Merit Scholarship. Congrats to Stavros, Audrey, and Finn. Fine examples of to learn, to lead, to serve.
Absolutely.
Speaking of Charger National Merit finalists and baseball alums, we had a good time yesterday. Went out to the Oklahoma City Marathon and watched Braden Perkins finish it.
He did.
Yeah, he
ran the whole thing.
I gave him a hug at mile 20, and he said, "I won't repeat what he said. He was in some pain."
You're like, you got 6 more miles, pal.
Yeah, but he got it done.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it was fun to watch.
Very impressive.
Another good friend of mine who works at OSU was they were less than a tenth of a mile apart the entire race. It was great for us. The watching was perfect. They did that. They don't even know each other.
They caught a good day. That ball's fouled away by Grady Murray.
0-2.
0-2
Yep.
the count to Grady. That's a great thing. I've done that didn't run the whole thing, but I have run in that thing 2 or 3 times, I guess.
They do it well. I've run a bunch of those around the country, and they do a really good job. Weather has been humid and awful the last couple of years, though.
But that's a tough day to run in that humid. Some days it's freezing, you know.
Freezing is great for a distance run.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take 35 before 675 any day.
And it was hot yesterday, just like
Oh,
this.
it got humid too. There's a rope to center.
Line drive base hit by Grady Murray to lead off, and again, good advice from Coach Blendell and the Kingfisher dugout. Go catch it.
Catch it.
That landed about 3 feet in front of him.
Yep. Andrick at the plate now. Don't think you're going to run with Grady here.
No. Down for ball 1 to the Charger catcher.
He's living on off-speed stuff.
Mm-hmm. Which,
Yeah, easy to do at this level. You can foil a lot of good high school hitters with a consistent diet of off-speed that finds a...
Oh, off the foot. Didn't feel good. That will be a base hit.
That's 2 he's hit hard.
That's scalded.
Unfortunately, that was hit off the pitcher. Looks like he's walking okay. Coach is headed out.
You're like, there's a lot of space out here, man.
Yeah, why you got to hit my foot?
But back-to-back singles for the Chargers to start the bottom of the 4th. Brings up Jackson Echok, Charger third baseman, hitting .370.
That can hit your foot about anywhere as long as it doesn't catch an ankle.
Yeah.
Oof.
That hurts. That's upstairs for ball 1 to Big Chalk.
Playing in front of the bag here at first. Runner ahead of him, not going. Presumes we're not going anywhere. Not holding him. You like him in front of the bag there or behind the bag?
I don't understand. You don't gain much by being in front of the bag.
I don't think so here. If you're not holding him on.
No. I mean, you're not going to field it and throw it to third.
Echok isn't bunting.
No.
If you thought he was, then he just answered your question for you. Good play, Chuck.
That's right.
For a pitcher.
Chuck was a good athlete, man.
Yeah, great athlete.
He was a great football player. Sometimes I didn't understand how, but he was. He was a good player. 1-1 the count to Jackson Echok. Right in there for strike 2.
Like a strike from up here.
I think it's either basketball or baseball. Or not baseball. Basketball.
1 and 2. Not a lot of speed on the bases. They should be glued to the spot.
Right. Shortstop, just go play.
Yeah, you're doing. Yeah.
You got
if he hits in the hole here, we're going to say "told you so" again. Oof. Good luck. We'll say.
2-2 now. That count to Echok.
I think Jackson might have painted that bat too. What it was? I thought bats were expensive.
Foul ball.
Not by much. Good play.
Fortunate. That was going to be a double play.
Indeed.
Young man, go the other side and dust off the plate. Can't see it.
Yeah.
He's on him. 2-2 now, the count. I'm thinking off speed again here.
Yeah, I don't think I want to throw him a fastball here.
Yeah. Froze him. First out of the inning. Brings up the left fielder, Caleb Niver.
Third baseman stays there. I'd bunt him.
Yeah, because he does run well.
He runs well, and he handles the bat pretty well. Yep, there it is.
Good call. Good play.
Yep, great play.
Good decisive play. Good communication by the Yellowjackets to get the lead runner there.
Just need a little bit more away from him.
Yeah, in the second out of the inning. Not a bad bunt, but not great.
But you got second baseman pitching.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, spun around there, very comfortable. So that brings up the 9-hole Max Everett, playing right field today.
I don't hate that bunt.
Nope. Let's go, Max. Strike one.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, give the guy a break. Wonder if they forgot.
Andrew was just happy to be on the bases.
Yeah.
Like, I got to stay out here? I'm not going to tell anybody.
It's Daniel Lacani, I think, is going to run
I think
for us.
that's who it is.
Okay. It's a curveball right in there. Strike two. To
Looping
Max.
curve there.
Yeah.
We don't have a wireless scoreboard, so we can't do that. Kenneth had built one or something that.
Oh, didn't like that. Wants to throw the curveball again.
Did you know Kenneth Stebbins? Yeah, he built some scoreboard that we tried to use for a while. The scoreboard app. I think that's what it was.
Hard hit up the middle, but right to the shortstop. He's going to take it himself. So the Chargers leave two, and the score remains Kingfisher 2, Heritage Hall 1. We'll be right back.
When you walk into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country, standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
Welcome back, Charger fans. Like we said, probably going to see a lot of arms today. Caleb Niver is now on the mound. Beeson goes back to left field. The rest of the lineup remains the same. So freshman Niver will take to the bump. I've not seen him pitch.
I haven't either. Off air there, Steve and I were having a discussion about Great America Ballpark in Cincy and the replacement for all those stadiums that were exactly the same.
Well, that's right. Pittsburgh
Veterans.
and Cincinnati and Veterans.
Three Rivers, same stadium.
I know. The duel.
Terrible.
The duel.
Football, baseball.
And watching baseball in those stadiums
Terrible.
was awful. Yep.
Went to Riverfront yearly as a kid, and these new ballparks are a lot more fun.
They're for
To watch-
baseball.
Yeah, for
and,
baseball.
You know, it's funny how it's gone from in that era in the 60s when those were being built, they were sort of snubbing their nose at the Fenways and the Wrigleys. And, of course, those are
who's still standing?
the targets
Yeah.
to hit. And they could be terrible, which the Sox are, but they fill it every game.
That's
Because
right.
it's a tourist destination. Certainly is for me. I mean, it is.
Oh, of course.
What a great day to go to Fenway. And then the Cubs are playing well this year,
They are.
real well. And the Reds.
Reds are good.
Yeah, they took 2 out of 3 from the Tigers this past weekend. Strike one from Niver.
Old Kaminsky and Old Tiger were also phenomenal places.
I got to hit old Comiskey one time.
Me too.
Before it went down.
And Tiger, I was there all the time as a kid.
Sure.
Partial obstructed view and all that.
I would have. I never got to go up there.
Oh God, it was a fun place to watch a ball game. Watch Kurt Gibson hit it on the lumber yard behind it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't for that game, but I saw some cool home runs there.
Man, what a great lineup there in the 80s. Allen Trammell, Whitaker, Evans.
Yep. Oh,
Ring him up.
no doubt.
Good job, Niver. He just threw 3 strikes, but, throwing strikes helps. You still got to barrel it up.
Fooling the umpire.
And offsetting how hard Beeson was throwing.
Yep.
High chopper to second base. Better hurry.
Oh, no,
Yeah, he's
he got
off the
him
bag.
Yep.
So it'll be an E4 there on the throw. It's close. That was really close.
I think he got it right.
I think he did too. That brings up Caden Klein, first baseman for the Jackets. So Henley reaches on the error.
Another ground ball here, Caleb.
Yeah, a little unlucky for young Niver. Really good curveball on 0-2 and
high chopper.
Didn't get the call.
Yep.
Induces a ground ball.
Yep. That should be in the air to Max.
And it is, and Max retires.
Another good pitch.
Caden Klein brings up Drew Snyder. Drew Snyder, the third baseman. Really good pitch there. You didn't have anything on that. The hitter just lunged at it. That's ball 1.
Not easy to catch a kid who's got this off speed and different velocity than 92 is sometimes easier.
Well, I will tell you this: it's easier to call.
It is. It really is.
It
From
is.
behind the plate and to catch it.
88 to 91, too. That's
Beautiful.
That's what you want to call.
Yep. The off speed's clear when that's happening.
Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing. Oh, my. That's a strike 2. That's the other thing, with the ABS system and all the challenges. I think it's a little bit insulting to some guys who are elite at a craft.
Unbelievable.
What they're doing and what the ball's doing at that level, I can't even begin to understand how hard that is.
Hit and run to a T
Yep.
there.
Yep. Good job. Got to be working there at first. So Klein scoots one through, Snyder. Jagger Braun comes up with runners at the corners and just one out.
Jane and I were watching the other night, and this guy was, he'd been overturned twice this year or something, one of the umps. The percentage is right, and where they're all, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, millimeters.
I thought I was a good ump, but
no, I know.
Right? I mean,
yeah.
Ugh, these guys are something. Well, pro baseball players are pro baseball players for a reason. Pro umps are pro umps for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, there may be not as many that want to, but it's very, very hard to make it to the show as an umpire.
A lot harder than baseball.
A lot harder than making it as a
player.
player.
Yep.
Not that many. There's two guys that are, one guy from Enid that's he's on a crew.
Okay.
And big tall guy. Here we go. Squeeze. Okay. Jordan Baker is a big six umpire. He was in the World Series.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
good for him.
If you're starting out, especially if you're a single guy, it's a heck of a life. You get a per diem.
Per diems.
You're not staying at Motel 6. It's pretty great.
Yeah, you're not at Motel 6.
And you're calling ball in the cathedrals.
All your frequent flyer.
Yeah.
You're racking up points everywhere.
Right, and you're running first class.
Yep.
And quite frankly, 1 out of 4 days, you got to really lock it in.
Yep. Being behind the plate. Yep.
Another on a drawn-in infield. That's going to be a 2 RBI. single.
Yep, knocked in too.
Good AB by that kid. Braun brings the score 4-1. Yellowjackets here in the top of the 5th. That's going to bring up the catcher, Sloan Merrill.
That strike 3 call early was
Tough.
a non-strike 3 call.
That was really big. It's crazy how that works.
He has been forgiven for missing the suicide squeeze bunt.
Yeah, he has.
By the first base coach.
Oh, it's trouble. As he dumps one, Merrill dumps one into center field for the 3rd straight hit in the inning. Courtesy runner from Merrill.
Yep, Merrill's.
So regional results from Elk City today.
Oh, good.
We lost to Crossings, came in 2nd by 6 strokes, so solid. And I'm going to give you one guess who the regional champ was, Aaron.
I'm going to guess my advisee, Ben Lathrop.
That is correct. Ben puts another medal in the rack.
What do you shoot today?
You know, I'm getting the information from Andy. Ben was regional champ.
Okay. Well, if I had to guess, it was like 68-71.
Here it is. 4 under, 138.
My 68-71 was pretty close.
Yeah, that's pretty close. Yeah. Won by 3 strokes. There's a ground ball to 3rd. Going to go step on it. And beats it out at first. So we get the lead runner there for the 2nd out of the inning.
Not hit hard enough to make that play, step on it and get it over. Got 9 hole. At the plate down, Stevenson. 2 down.
Let's get out of here. Still in this thing. There's a bouncing ball to short off a tough.
Smart.
No, there's nothing to do with it. Nobody's fault.
Nope, smart to eat it.
Good job keeping that from going to the outfield by Whit Thomas there. That took a bad hop.
He used his 6'3" frame
well. Certainly did.
And this is not who you want up with the bases loaded. He's
no. Farrar's had a great day and has a chance with them loaded. 2 down and a 3-1 lead for the Jackets.
But if you're a Yellow Jacket fan listening, this is exactly who you want up.
That's right. Upstairs for Niver.
I don't think Isaac's going to get to that one.
Okay. Anywhere, boys. Take the out as it comes to you. 2 down here and top of the 5th. 4-1 Jackets. That stays upstairs. That curveball was up. 2-1 now.
There you go, good pitch. Farrar didn't love it, but
when you miss 1 or 2, then then everything's open for discussion, which is unfortunate. Kind of clubbed that one, and he does get the force there.
Kind of gave up on that play. The guy running the side.
Yeah, on the 6-4 flip, retires aside, but the Jackets add 2 more and now lead 4-1 here through 4.5.
Time for some bats to wake up, Coach.
That's right. Yeah, unusual. I'm surprised, but that doesn't mean we won't. Lee and Whitney Real Estate is real estate brokerage here in Oklahoma City Metro. Lee Strickland and Whitney Moss are dedicated to their clients every step of the way. ChargerVision and the HH community is proud to have them as sponsors. To learn more about Lee and Whitney and their real estate brokerage at leeandwhitney.com. It's all about the power of two.
And Spark proudly supports Heritage Hall Athletics. Fuel your Charger pride with burgers, bites, and cold delights. It's a good shake there. Come see us before or after every big game in Chisholm Creek and Scissortail or wherever else you can find Spark.
Yeah, that's like an old school malt shop.
It's good. It's good. Follow them at Eat at Spark. That's at Eat at Spark. That's a lot. On Instagram.
Dave's Hot Chicken is proud to be part of the Charger family, and they're here to spice up your game day. Enjoy our mind-blowing hot chicken from our newest location just up the road at Chisholm Creek as well.
Got some news from Charger Esports here. I see Sawyer Hill is placed 6th in the F1 state championship. Didn't know that existed. Sawyer Hill is now racing for a NASCAR title. So this is our race. Apparently our car driver.
Oh yeah.
I've seen the thing, the rig.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And
we got that guy, and then oh my gosh, I'm going to put my own self on the spot. The one who's an elite wakeboarder.
So, it's Spencer Trice.
Spencer, there you go.
Yep.
Spencer Trice. I mean, that guy's incredible.
Went and hung out with his dad a couple weeks ago. And
yeah, I watched some film of that. That guy's fearless.
Yeah, and a pretty good debater.
Yeah, yeah, good combo.
Yep. Anyway, the esports team will got Fortnite this week, I think, in regionals, and I don't even know what that means, Fortnite, but it's a game. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah. Follow the Charger Esports at The Hall Esports on Instagram and TikTok to stay in the loop as the Chargers continue to level up their game.
Another new pitcher.
We got
what position was that young man?
number 2.
Yeah.
That's Snyder, playing third before.
That's right, third baseman.
Yep.
I knew it. Oh, I didn't put their numbers.
I didn't either. I just wrote the positions. Tricked myself.
Mm-hmm. Those are numbers.
I got the position number translated, but
right?
I didn't get the number on the
Me neither.
back.
Ball 1 to Young Chalk.
Okay.
And ball 2. 2-1, excuse me.
Nope, good cut.
Seen several different guys in the leadoff spot this year for the Chargers.
Yeah. Started the season with Max, and I don't know if Tripp's been up there. Maybe.
Who else?
Niver maybe hit.
Yeah,
a couple
Niver.
games. I was here. I think a game or two. Niver was up there. This is probably a good spot for Austin. Makes contact. And then he strikes out as soon as I say that.
Strike 3 swinging. Merrill strikes out his first batter that he faces. Top of the order here, brings in the center fielder, Tripp Thomas.
Oh, whoa.
Tried to lay one down.
It was a gift
at his eyes.
Yep.
The element of surprise is gone.
Yes. That was not
He's saying, you're not doing that again.
It was not the pitch to give it away on.
Did not go on the check swing there. That's lifted into foul ground. Oh, just missed it right by the fence. Good attempt by Klein, but like we said, new life for Trip Thomas.
It's interesting looking through the Yellowjackets schedule. They've, they're 4-9 in district play, and I can't figure out where those losses are because Weatherford and those guys that's our district.
Well, they got, yeah.
Douglas, and who their losses to. 4A Tecumseh wins. Harding Charter wins. Bridge Creek wins. Elk City.
So 4A4 is there. So Blanchard does 2 losses.
Chickasha's 2.
Chickasha's 2. Hera is 2 wins. Douglas is 2 wins. Ball hit by Thomas to short. And he's going to be thrown out. Movement around the infield.
Yeah, it's just my math is not equaling 9, but okay.
Yeah.
Get Witt rolling here.
Yeah, let's get it in play here, Witt. Strike 1 to Witt. Down in the dirt.
The breeze has helped us.
Yes, it has. We've definitely been warmer up here.
Oh, for sure.
Right in there for strike 2 to Witt.
Trying to gather himself a little bit here.
1 ball and 2 strikes, sir. You going to pull that one to first for the All-State hop at the belt, or the unassisted put out by the first baseman to retire the side. Through 5 complete, the Jackets lead 4-1. 2 more chances for the Chargers. We'll be right back.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? It means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings, and that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500, or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. Who loves Oklahoma?
The elite always work to get better. So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up, because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. And for that reason, Saints march on.
Welcome back to Stadium 11. Score remains Kingfisher 4, your Chargers 1, as we go to the top of the 6th here. Well, who in the heck's pitching out there?
Yeah, we got nervous parents in the booth. Nobody likes to be a parent of a pitcher. That's all I got to say. Never was a problem for me.
Rhett Sullivan is on the bump, southpaw.
We should probably just put mom and dad on the headsets now.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And let them call this.
Upstairs for ball 1 to Calamateo.
At the plate, number 10, Brett Calamateo.
Just upstairs, I guess, for ball 2. Calamateo.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's fouled back and out of play.
I don't,
2-1.
I don't have pitching stats, but I can probably ask Dad. How many? Third appearance this year for Rhett. Okay. Southpaw, which is always an advantage in high school.
Brett has a chance to be a big kid. Already 6'1", 185, and growing.
There we go.
That one's off the fist.
Good pitch. Good play, Whit.
Nice job
That's
there.
Not an easy play.
No, he covered a lot of ground there, and that's why people like him at that position.
Style points.
Style points, and he can cover ground. He has supreme confidence in his arm.
Yes, he's not shy about what angle he lets it go from either.
It's a good pitch there by Rhett Sullivan. Retires Calamateo. Swing and a miss to Cooper Henley, the Jackets DH.
Getting the heart of the order.
Yeah. Tried the curveball there, didn't quite snap it down.
If that's a knuckle curve or what that is, but
1-1 now. The count
to see the grip as
Henley. Nice. It's right in there. Throwing strikes. 1-2 now. The count to Henley.
There it is again.
That's all right. Evens the count at 2 on the curveball in the dirt. Yeah.
Got him. Yep.
Yeah, he did offer. Strike 3. So Rhett Sullivan, 2 up and 2 down for the sophomore lefty. That'll bring up Caden Klein, cleanup hitter, first baseman for the Jackets.
All right. Well, Red is pounding the strike zone, which we want at this point of this game. Throw strikes.
Absolutely.
Oof.
I'm seeing some fatigue by that young man behind the plate. I thought maybe he'd just call that. Don't give in, though. You got to do your job.
That ball's hit in the air. Max is ranging under it. Good listening trip.
Yeah. Great job, Rhett Sullivan there. Comes in and retires the side in order. 1, 2, 3, and it's the 2-3-4 hole for the Jackets. So good job, Rhett. Chargers coming up in the bottom of the 6th. We'll stay right here at ChargerVision.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro.
Radio Sports 105.3 FM for powering ChargerVision this season. The station does a great job shining a spotlight on high school teams and players around the state, including our Heritage Hall Chargers. Turn to 105.3 on your radio for some great sports talk from the KINB crew. I know Coach Bogert has been on with those guys recently.
Yep, and let's give a shout out to our listener, sports mom, extraordinaire, and outstanding Charger photographer Tina Walker's blowing up our text, telling us that we need to be better. No, she said she's having fun listening to us talk baseball. That's probably 2 of our listeners that are enjoying our baseball talk, but we'll take it.
Tina, true Charger.
She is. Some good boys that have come through here, both good athletes and good kids.
Riley's getting big. I think he'll help him.
For sure.
On the D line.
Yep.
Did last year some. Been in the weight room. You know, I kind of believe it in the North Breeze now. It feels good in here. Better.
Yeah, it is getting better.
I love it. We're going to have enough 90-degree days. I'll take the next week of
geez.
60s and 70s. Will be wonderful.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So top of the 6th, Isaac Beeson will lead it off, 4-5-6 for the Chargers.
Play for the Chargers, number 9, Isaac Beeson.
Can't hit a 3-run homer. Let's get a
Nope.
base runner. Woo! Upstairs for
Just
ball 1.
Ball's in the air.
Out of play.
On the bus.
Yes.
Yes.
Hit the Kingfisher bus.
Noticed the bus there when I walked in and wondered if it might get one. Hail damage.
Yeah, can't ever see that one.
No,
one
that's
cares.
pretty high up on that bus.
Not as bad as running into the roof at Earl's.
Oh, no.
Somebody might have done that.
Huh.
No,
It's like a good story.
it's fiction.
It's fiction.
Whoa, Isaac. Shoes
Big
are
cut.
they're
Yeah.
loose now. 1 and 2 to count after the big swing and miss from the leading home run hitter for the Chargers, Isaac Beeson. Off speed offering, ground to third. He better hurry. Nice throw.
Yep, good throw.
Some good players for the Jackets, just like we figured.
6-3 by Surveyor.
Surveyor's had a good day. He's thrown well and played his second and third well.
He has, and their pitching has obviously lulled us to sleep at the
It
plate.
has. That brings in Grady Murray, who had a line drive single to center his last at bat. It's upstairs for ball 1. Jackets up 4-1 here in the top of the bottom of the 6th. Spiked one there. That's the pitch that tests you as an umpire. It's not the one at your face. It's the one about 59 feet. You're like, I hope somebody gloves
Yeah,
this.
somebody, yeah, not my,
But if you turn your body, that's inevitably you'll get hit where there's no gear.
correct. Right inside the toe plate on the shoe.
Or on the thigh.
Yep.
That's fouled out of play by Grady.
It took me one foul ball off a tennis shoe to move to different shoes behind the
Yeah,
plate.
always wore the steel.
Yeah.
What worries me more is a big catcher stepping back on you.
With metal spikes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I've had that happen, but luckily
The steel was
I had
there.
the steel.
Yep.
3-1 now the count to Grady. Need a base runner, Grady.
I got to get us invited out to inner squad, Steve. And you can do the plate and I'll do the field.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Just get the old equipment back on. And I'll roll her down to first.
Good pitch there. Retires Grady. Unassisted put out by the first baseman. Going to bring up Andrick Golden.
Play for the Chargers, number 3, Andy Gold.
Well, you play a lot of ball games in baseball, and you know it'll be a little different feel and attitude when we do play when we go
That
to
ball
regionals.
is hammered.
Nice grab, another nice grab by that center fielder.
Kid ran that down.
That is a heck of a play. That's the game, right? Andrick Golden has hammered 2 to center field, both of which were flagged down by Carter Stevenson on a couple of sweet varsity-level plays for sure. Kingfisher's played well today. That brings us to the top of the 7th. We'll be right back with
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? It means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings, and that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500, or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. Who loves Oklahoma?
The elite always work to get better. So So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up, because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. And for that reason, Saints march on.
We are. It's, that's baseball.
Seems like well.
I'm going to hear the narrative I will hear from one of the coaches at home is how many balls we tried to hit out.
You're back.
Welcome back. Inning number 7 here. Rhett Sullivan's going to stay in after retiring the side in order 2-3-4 last inning. Hey, look at that, Aaron. Look at those two guys on the screen here. Whoa, hello.
Wow. The sun on our faces now.
So like we were saying, Aaron, the kids know what's coming. And, baseball's a lot of games. Certainly the effort's been great. It's just you can tell this, when regionals are happening, it'll be a little bit different take.
You don't want to say you look past anyone, but you look past people.
You do, and it's like we said, I had to correct myself. It's not a district game. Is that one's first pitch lifted to center field. Trip Thomas has a beat on it, I think. Yes.
He does. Yep, good for Austin, but that is all Trip.
So it's 4 up and 4 down for Rhett Sullivan.
Looking good on the bump.
Going to bring up Jagger Braun, the right fielder for the Jackets.
There we go.
It's fouled back. Quickly strike one. Good hustle by Andrick, but out of play.
Asked Dad if brother Grant has gotten any work this year. Has he been on the hill at all at JV? Is Grant? Okay, not pitched this year? Okay. He does pitch, right? Okay, checking on the other Sullivan twin is, I know, a pitcher, but played in the outfield a little bit this year.
That's ball 1 to Braun. Excuse me, 1-1, yeah. 2-1 now, if that's upstairs. That one's
The ball's hit hard.
hit hard.
Go get it. There it is.
There we go. Nice break on the ball by Isaac Beeson on the crack of the bat to flag that one down in literally left center, right in the alley.
Number 3 there, Kingfisher's not a big kid, but he hit the ball in the hole here with 2 RBIs last time. He stung that one pretty good.
Yeah, he did. That brings up the catcher, Sloan Merrill, for the Jackets. 2 down here in the top of the 7th. 4-1 Jackets. Keep them at bay here. Do have the Jackets, but we'll get our chance here in the bottom of the 7th. That's in there for
a good pitch.
Ball 1.
Okay.
Don't guess with him, Steve.
That's what I said.
I've learned
Ball
today. Good curveball in there from Rhett Sullivan, but called ball.
Come back with fastball.
Nice job.
Got him out ahead of it.
Great pace by Sullivan throwing here. That keeps your players engaged and into the game.
Oh, the number of innings I sat at second base in high school and watched a pitcher just belabor a game. Oh.
Steve Carlton, the human rain delay.
Oh, God. But, hey,
He
I'd
could-
stand
he could-
behind
I know,
that guy.
you
right?
would.
That's fine if Steve Carlton takes all week.
He was so fidgety, funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of artistic nature is a little bit gone.
It is gone. Just flamethrowers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your body was not meant to throw a ball 100 times all the time.
No.
100 miles an hour, I say.
A good pitch. Okay. I've done it twice now at this bat.
I was just reading the other day where there's how many 10, 12, 13 guys throwing over 100 miles an hour now.
And this kid that came out of Tennessee, 106 or something? Ben
Yeah.
Joyce or whatever, whoever he is, a couple years ago. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. 106 miles an
But
hour?
you can't see it and you can hear it.
Yeah.
Rhett Sullivan retires 6 in a row. Great job by the sophomore coming in and easing the bats of Kingfisher to keep the Chargers with a good chance here in the bottom of the 7th. Let's see what we got. Another chance. We need to plate 3 to keep playing.
Yep.
We'll stay here All right, I'll read this. Ryan Cunningham and Marcus Mears established the law firm of Cunningham and Mears with the mission of help Oklahomans who are injured by another's negligence. Over the last 30 years, they've helped thousands of clients recover hundreds of millions of dollars. Consultation is free, and you only pay them if you win your case. If your loved one is injured or needs help with an insurance dispute, Cunningham and Mears has the experience you need. Ryan Cunningham, an old buddy of mine from Cassidy, we got his two daughters over here, twin ninth graders.
I love it.
Cameron and Penelope.
I love when we take Cassidy
I do
alums
too.
and get their kids.
Ray, as we
great.
called Ryan.
I just got a text from Mr. Sheldon today about the big retirement at Cassidy. Yep. That kind of a Cassidy legend is retiring this year.
Mr. Sheldon?
No.
Oh.
Gorham, David
Oh,
Gorham.
really? I know him, sure.
60 years. I mean, it's a crazy number at
What?
Cassidy. Yeah, I think it was 60 years on Nathan's video. Yeah, coach taught, headmaster, head of school for a while, everything at Cassidy. So shout out there. That's a pretty cool career.
That's.
So Cunninghams have daughters, twins?
Twin
here?
freshmen.
All these Cassidy families with twins. What is going on?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Good deal. Well, shop at Charger Corner for all the latest Charger gear. Everybody knows all profits go directly to classrooms and programs like ChargerVision. Show your Charger pride with great gear and support our students' enrichment. The store is open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on school days. Follow at the Hall Charger Corner on Instagram to find out about products and specials, and order online via link in their bio. There's never been a better time to get your Charger pride on.
So now we're going to have Farrar. That's Farrar, right?
Yep, shortstop's in the pitch.
He's going to throw. I imagine he's probably one of their better arms.
Imagine he can do it.
We're going to lead off with Big Chalk. So 7, 8, 9 for the Chargers. Echok, Niver, Everett to keep things going here in the bottom of the seventh. Chargers down 3. So right in there for strike one. Another fast-paced worker on the mound.
Using the windup, which I like.
Listed to right field. It's trouble. It's foul.
foul.
Yeah.
It was trouble because it was foul.
So strike two to Echok.
Just in.
Inside for ball one to Jackson Echok, third baseman for the Chargers.
The ball's hammered.
Yeah, there you go. Got to keep things going. Single up the middle for Echok.
They got a little bit of velocity. Time it up a little bit better.
That's right. So Rhett Sullivan is going to hit for Niver. Throw him a bone. 6 straight on the bump. See what he can do at the plate here.
No need for Echok to go anywhere at all.
No. 2 steps.
Yep.
Upstairs to Sullivan here. Throw left, bat left.
I think Leon just told him just that. That's enough lead, young man.
Strike called there. Brett, big frame, big zone.
Big hole the other way.
Absolutely.
As is usually the case for the lefty. Good look.
Never easy. Strike at the knees. 2-2 now, the count to Rhett Sullivan.
Nope. Up and out.
Good take there from Sullivan. Brings the count full.
32. You got to be ready to swing here because he doesn't want to go to ball 4.
No.
Obviously, with this situation, he should be grooving you something here. He did. All right. Good hack.
Swing and a miss for Sullivan for the first out of the inning. Going to bring up the 9-hole Max Everett. My hunch is Niver will stay in the game at left field. Or no.
The Rhett will.
Yeah, Rhett will.
Go back.
Rhett will go back, yeah.
Provided we score these 3 runs we need. Get down.
Bunt attempt foul by Everett.
Not a bad idea there. Again, third basemen are not going to give up that spot deep.
Just get that tying run to the plate.
Yeah, with the top. That would be nice.
Strike 2, swinging there to Max Everett.
That was a mighty cut. And now put something in play.
Yeah. I like the idea to bunt it again. Not now, but.
That's not what you want.
No. Popped up to the shortstop and caught by Calamateo for the second out. Yeah. So 2 down here. Still got some life.
Yep.
Top of the order. Austin Echok.
Top of the order for the Chargers. Number 4, Austin Echok.
Get Austin on base. You got 3 guys in a row who can hit it out.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. You got to serve it up then. The good and the bad of a deal like this, we have really a good baseball team, and look how many underclassmen are huge parts of what we're doing.
Yeah.
The guy who just retired 6 in a row is a sophomore. This kid's a freshman. Guy on base is a sophomore.
Freshman Niver.
On deck's a sophomore.
Yep. Junior catching.
That's outside. Good take by Echok. 1-1 now to the freshman. That one's fouled out of play. Strike 2. 1-2 now to Echok.
We're hanging in there.
Yep.
Got him.
Swing and a miss. And that's your ball game, folks. Kingfisher Yellowjackets defeat your Heritage All Chargers 4-1 today. Good ball game, clean.
Yeah.
Good win by the Jackets. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back to wrap it up here from Stadium 11. Kingfisher wins it 4-1.
When you walk into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country, standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
Okay, welcome back to Stadium 11, where today the Kingfisher Yellowjackets defeat our Heritage Hall Chargers 4-1 in a ball game here. A lot of different pitchers, and tip your hat to the Jackets for getting a good win, but not a district loss for the Chargers. The Chargers will host regionals. Is that next Thursday?
Yeah, it's a Wednesday, Thursday thing? I think it's this week.
No, it is this week.
Because
it's
of the
this
weather
week.
concern, yeah.
So regionals are coming up, and we are hosting here at Stadium 11. That's why you saw so many arms today. But speaking of that, our team's meeting right now, but we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. But the Seth Wadley Auto Family Power Promise player of the game is Rhett Sullivan. Rhett, 2 perfect innings today, faced the minimum. And really, that was the only guy that did that.
Yeah, that's right. He struck one out, pitched well. Did not a lot, no real hard contact. You know, they we'll leave that graphic up there for a minute and let some pictures be taken of that.
Right.
But yeah, Red looked good on the hill. He worked fast, as you pointed out.
Right.
And when we had 5 hits, we turned to the pitchers to see who put up our best hitting, and we both thought it was Red. So congratulations to the sophomore.
Yeah, and that's that's a little bit of even though we threw a lot of different guys, we still started the same offensive lineup, and they were Kingfisher did a good job today by committee and shut us down. But again, okay, now we can take a deep breath, and it's time for the postseason. And the Chargers have a great chance to make state because when you can hit the ball 1 through 9, you've got a chance every time you step out there to win the game.
That's right. And you and I can both guess the speech from Coach Telton right now. We talked about looking past, and he's going to tell them that you don't do that.
Disciplined at bats.
Yep. And he'll take care of it, and we'll be ready.
Absolutely.
Wednesday or Thursday, depending, I guess, what Coach
Feller
and the crew works out.
So
with
check
weather.
your Heritage Hall Athletic website, and it'll be out there. But we will host it here at Stadium 11. I do know that.
That's it.
And but it's a pleasure bringing you the game for Aaron Fetra. I'm Steve Chard, and we will see you soon at regionals later this week. See you later.